and I'm delighted to have you all join us this morning. We're excited to kick off today's section with an exceptional speaker who brings a wealth of experience in business operations, leadership, and organization performance. Our first speaker is Adeolu Inuga, a business operations strategist, leadership and performance consultant, and corporate trainer with over 10 years of experience helping organizations optimize their operations. As the head of business operations at Swat Davidson Limited, Adeolu has successfully led transformational initiatives for corporate organizations and many more. His expertise spans performance management, leadership development, organization strategy, workforce optimization, AI productivity, and operational excellence. Throughout his career, he has worked in notable organizations, including First Bank of Nigeria, Techno, ITEL, Infinix, Anchor, Avestas International Christian Center, and Stott Bedens. Beyond consulting, he has developed and mentored over 1,200 leaders globally and has played a key role in scaling workforce engagement across multiple continents. What makes Adeolu's section stand out is his ability to turn complex business concepts into practical, actionable strategies that organizations can implement immediately to drive results. So today, he will be speaking with us for 30 minutes, after which we would have a dedicated question and answer section. So I encourage everyone to just jot down your questions so we go along. So without further ado, please join me in giving a warm virtual welcome to Mr. Adeolu Inuga. Adeolu, we are honored to have you with us. The floor is yours.
Hey, thank you. You sound so beautiful. Hi, everyone. How are we doing? Now, is that me? Is that my profile? Hi, good morning. Hi, everyone. How are you doing? Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to make this as beautifully interactive as possible. Adeolu. And yes, a little bit about me. On Saturday, last week Saturday, I clocked 11 years in marriage. Yes, that's a good one. So please, can you celebrate me? Yes, hello, celebrate me. 11 years. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, please, let's do something. Thank you. Yes, I know I don't look at my head. It's fine. Okay, yeah. So today we are going to be having a very, very beautiful and amazing discussion, and I will try as much as possible not to rush anything, but it's going to be as interactive as possible. And I want to guarantee everybody that you are going to learn something. Now, this is what I want you to do for me. Try as much as possible not to unmute your microphones because it may be distracting, but we will be using emojis to express ourselves. And if you don't understand something, I'll probably tell you things like, oh, if you understand type 1, if you don't understand type 2. You get. So let's start so that I can know that everybody's here. Please give me an emoji that expresses how you feel about this training this morning. Give me an emoji that expresses how you feel about this training this morning. Okay, beautiful. Thank you, Anita. I see your thumbs up. Any other person? Oh, thank you, Tunde. I see your thumbs up. Oh, beautiful. Yes. Yeah. Now, beautiful. Now, another part is this. I'll now ask you if you understand me, type 1. If you don't understand, type 2. So let us try that again. If you understand type 1, can I see 1s? If you don't understand type 2, can I see 2s? So that we can know how we are going before we start. Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much. Beautiful. 2, 3. Okay, beautiful. Can we have more? Beautiful. Thank you so much for all the people who typed on. So let us go. Let me share my slide. I'm going to share my slide very soon, and then we will have a beautiful conversation. Please confirm that you can see my screen. Please confirm you can see my screen. Are you seeing my screen on my slide? Oh, beautiful. Now let me make it, let me do slideshow so that we can go straight to the point. Let's go on, please. Hold on. I want to move to slideshow. Okay. Okay, I mean, let me just do this so that we can see the two parts. Okay, so today's topic is thriving in a competitive world. It's thriving in a competitive world, and we're going to be talking about a new wave that is in town at the moment. A new wave that is in town, which is the AI wave. I personally believe that we have gotten to the AI age. We're in the AI age, the artificial intelligence age. And when it comes to AI, I think that most people are still not taking proper advantage of the AI as they ought to. I mean, I see a lot of people say things like AI is going to replace humans, AI is going to do this, AI is going to do that, and honestly, nothing can be further from the truth. Let me give us a background. When I seem to recall in the 90s and the early 2000s, when cars became a thing, and a lot of people were like, no, automatic cars are nonsense. Those who are real drivers, they don't have to drive manual cars. How many of us remember that conversation? How many of us have been in places where they said, oh, if you drive automatic, baby, real drivers are those who drive yeah, beautiful, beautiful. And a lot of people went on about that. A lot of people busted themselves, busted their heads in trying to learn how to ride manual cars just so they can prove that, hello, we are bad drivers, you understand. But look at it today. How many cars are manual? Almost all cars now, like 70, 80% of cars now are automatic. Yes, those who drive manual still have maybe a flex, but I mean, it's nothing. It's not a bragging right anymore. In the same way, when Google came in, some people will tell you that why everything Google, why are you Googling everything? Can't you do a research? Can't you do this? Can't you do that? But then over time, in the late, even up until 2023, before the AI boom, everybody now knows that, hello, if you are not on Google, as a matter of fact, people start telling you things like, if you are not on Google, you are not doing anything. Google is the king of internet and that. And now we've gotten to the age of AI, and you'll have people tell you that, AI, if you use AI, blah, 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 blah. What am I trying to say? In human history, people are usually averse to change. So what that means is this, that when there's a new thing coming, those who are stuck in their ways or stuck on the old begin to say things like, if you get this, all this new thing, and then they try as much as possible to dissuade people or move people away from embracing the new reality. But over time, history has taught us that when you can, for that those who benefit the most or those who move the most are the early adopters of the new reality. So now that we are in the AI age, honestly, I think so well that those who would move, those who will grow, those who will go fast in the next, say, 3, 4, 5, 10 years are those who leverage AI for productivity. Because take it or leave it, the world that we live in at the moment is extremely competitive. And I'm going to be sharing case studies with you, and even for us as Davidson, what we do and how we leverage AI to be ahead of the curve. I don't think we're even there yet, you get what I mean. So we're going to be talking about leveraging AI for career growth, business growth, and extraordinary productivity. Now, let me say this, the future belongs to those who can compress time. And that is one of the things that AI brings. The future belongs to those who can compress time. One of the key things that everybody needs to learn about AI is this, that AI is a time compression engine. All of a sudden, what used to take 6 months, 7 months, 8 months to do, you can do under 1 week, leveraging AI. And hey, when we talk about AI, I know that all of us are familiar with ChatGPT, Claude, which other one? I mean, the basic one that everybody knows, ChatGPT and Claude. And then, of course, under Claude, you have the Claude skill, you have Claude Cowork, you have Codex under ChatGPT, and then you have DeepSeek, for example, you have Grok, for example, you have Copilot, for example, you have Lovable, for example. There are lots of AI tools. As a matter of fact, a report came out and someone said that if you want to keep up, someone said you have to be jobless to actually keep up with the AI revolution. But I mean, you don't have to be jobless. You just have to. What I believe is this: you must learn to take one or two or three of these things, and then know how to maximize it, because with the AI boom, you must not try to. The goal is not to do everything. The goal is for you to try as much as possible to compress time and increase your productivity. I mean, there are several lies about AI. The future belongs. We're talking about how AI is how AI. So permit me to turn off my video, please. So we're talking about how AI is a time compression engine. Please still confirm, please, if you can see my screen. Confirm if you can still see the screen. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So we're talking about how AI is a time compression engine. What one of the things that AI does is it helps you compress, or it helps us compress time. We are living in a world where one of the things that everybody needs to understand is we're living in a world where the competition is so great, so fast, so steep, and the competition is actually so crazy and so unforgiving. And everybody, think about it this way. If you had, let's say there are two people, both are equally brilliant, both are amazing set of people. Just picture this, please. People are brilliant, equally brilliant, powerful, amazing set of people. And then one needs 6 months or one needs 3 months to get something done. Brilliant. But another gets something done in 1 week. If you are an employer, if you are a line manager, who are you going to go with? Is it the one with the one that needs 3 months to achieve a result, or the one that needs 1 month, 1 week to achieve a result? Who are we going with? Everybody? Both of them are equally intelligent. Both of them are amazing. Both of them are beautiful. Both of them have skills. Beautiful. We go with the one that does everything in 1 week, that achieves the result in 1 week. And that is the power of AI. AI helps us compress time. It amplifies how fast you can think. It amplifies how fast you can learn, how fast you can execute, and how fast you can improve. So, for example, in May, I did something. Our company did something so crazy in May. There's this client that has been complaining, and I'm telling you a real life story. There's this client that has been complaining about wanting to build a CRM. So she reached out to Zoho. I mean, she had a meeting with Zoho, but what Zoho was telling her, she wasn't okay with what Zoho was giving her. She reached out to HubSpot. HubSpot wasn't really giving her the things the engine that she really requires. And earlier this year, I think in February, she had reached out to an organization that told her that they can help her build an AI solution. And what they built was so poor. I mean, according to her, she said she wasted money. I think she wasted about 4 or 5 million. Said she wasted money. So by the time she did the Zoom meeting and then the HubSpot meeting, and they didn't give her what she wanted, she just gave up on it. So we told her, we said, okay, you know what? This is what we're going to do. We're going to help you build an AI operating system and an AI operating layer that would help you do all these things I want to do. Ladies and gentlemen, as at the time I said this, I didn't even know that it was something that was possible. I didn't even know that it was something that was going to be fast. When I told her that, she said no, she's not willing to do that she's not willing to spend money anymore and all that. So I said, okay, no problem. So I went back. Being someone that understands business consulting, and I'm sharing this story so that you can understand how all these things tie together. Being someone that understands business consulting, business processes, how business works and everything, I went to work, started designing the platform for her. And after 4 days, I came up with a very amazing working prototype, and I reached out and I said, okay, this is what we're going to do. I have this for you. Give me the go ahead, and I'm going to build this system for you and everything. And she was like, that she's not sure because she has wasted money and she's not ready to commit any other money to anything. So I said, you know what, that's fine. I'm going to take care of the first month. I'm going to take care of the build process. If you like it, you're going to pay for it, and then you are going to recommend me to people. So she said, okay, no problem. That's a good one. I mean, it's at no cost to her. So that's fine. So we went to work. Ladies and gentlemen, in 2 weeks, we built an operating system for our business. I'm going to give you context very soon. In 2 weeks, we built an operating system for our business using Claude and Codex. That's ChatGPT and Claude. We built an operating system for her. By the time we were done and we started onboarding our team, she just started screaming, "This is everything that I wanted." She was really screaming. We call it touchwords. She was like, "This is everything that I wanted." We went live last week. I mean, went live 2 weeks ago to let you know the power of the system that we built in May that we built in 2 weeks. Of course, there are corrections. To let you know the power of the system that we built in 2 weeks. That system has processed over 100 million. To let you understand the system that we built. The system has processed over 100 million, has all our staff using it. There has not been a complaint of lagging. There has not been a complaint of whatever. I mean, the system is so powerful that even I that built it, I don't know, can we still hear me, please? Can we still hear me? Can we still hear me? Okay, beautiful. That even I that built it, I did not know what I stumbled upon. I thought it was just normal. Okay, we are doing this, By the time we began to look at the complexities, I was like, what? I was surprised. Like, are you kidding? We built a system that has processed over 100 million. And at the moment, as I'm speaking to you, the next question for me became, you know what? How do we scale this? So this platform that I built out of Obi using Claude and ChatGPT, this system that I built, I'm turning into a cash cow that we can get other organizations on board. Not only that, still in the month of May, we built a complete LMS platform for a church that the church is using now. The LMS platform has about 40 people, and they are going to scale it this week to about 150 or 160 people. The platform. And all these things I built from the comfort of a laptop and a desk, and all it costed was subscription fees and probably payment for AI tokens and all those things. What am I trying to say? On a normal day, or ideally, if I was going to build something like that operating system, it's going to take nothing less than 6 months. Please, are we following me? Are we following me? It's going to take nothing less than 6 months for us to build something like that. But this was achieved in 2 weeks. So when I say that AI is a time compressing engine, I know what I'm talking about. And it's a massive skill and a crazy skill that I believe that everybody has to get on. At the moment, I can bet it with you. I can tell you, I think a study says that 85% of the world have not even started using AI. So the future in AI would belong to those who are early adopters. And I'm going to show you, I mean, if there's time, I'm going to show you some of the products that I've created. We're going to go online. Some of them are actually working now. So we're just going to go online and see. And all those products that I will show you later in this conversation just took less than 1 month to build. As a matter of fact, my first pro subscription on Claude and GPT Pro subscription was in May. 10th of May to be precise. Okay. So AI is let me skip the God conversation. One of the things that we need to understand is this. And yeah, sorry, I'm not going to skip the God conversation. I mean, I know that there are people of different faith, but hey, I'm a proud Christian. I'm a pastor, so I'm going to talk about this. The Bible makes us understand in Proverbs 22:29, it says, "Do you see a man that is skilled in his work?" It says, "He will stand before kings." When you walk with excellence, when you are highly skilled, it's a principle. It's not a thing of being a Christian or a Muslim or anything. It's a principle. It says, "Do you see a man that is diligent in his work?" It says, "He will stand before kings." It is excellence that opens doors. It is your ability to interpret what is working, your ability to interpret your skill and solve real world problems makes you stand before kings. Ecclesiastes 10:10, the Bible says, "If the axe is dull, more strength is needed." That means that someone said something powerful some time ago. He said, if he has 30 days to cut down a tree, he said he's going to spend 25 days to sharpen the axe. The mistake most people make is this: if you have 30 days to cut down a tree, you begin to cut down the tree from day one, and you're going to spend more time, you're going to waste more energy, and you're probably going to waste more resources to cut down the tree. But if you really want to cut down a tree, if you have 30 days, it's best to spend 25 days to sharpen the axe. Because a sharp axe, once you lay a sharp axe to a tree, trust me, it's going to cut down in less than maybe 10 or 15 or 20 strikes. For example, my own axe sharpening skills all this while has been learning business processes, understanding how business process works, understanding this and understanding that, and understanding, oh, this is how an organization works, this is that, and I understand all the operational excellence in an organization thanks to the experiences and the learnings that I had in the past. And with that, I was able to come up in 1 month, in less than 1 month, with a system that in less than 2 weeks with a system for an organization that in less than 2 weeks, I've processed over 100 million. Those in the finance space, when you say that, it's a big deal. Everybody's like, what? At the moment, this solution that I created just by coding or working on my laptop, just in the past 3 days, that system that I've created, I now have about 3 or 4 organizations that are reaching out to say, okay, we heard that you do this, we heard that you did this, can you do this for us? So let me give you context. If, let's say, I charge about 5 million for building something that I did in 2 weeks, I charge 5 million. Now that I have 3 or 4 organizations, let's say 4 organizations that are reaching out, that has a potential 20 million in less than 4 weeks, because my first subscription was probably 10th of May. So in less than maybe a month or something. Daniel 1:20, the Bible says Daniel was found 10 times better. When you are skilled in what you do, when you learn how to maximize what you know, you are going to be found to be 10 times better than everybody in your system. Honestly, what we just need is that differentiating factor, something that can differentiate us, something that can put us ahead. Something that can differentiate us, something that can put us ahead. Sometimes that is all we need. Can we still see my screen, please? Please confirm if you can still see my screen. Hello, anybody there? Can we confirm if you can still see my screen, please? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so very, very important. Did somebody give me a thumbs down? Okay, if it's a thumbs down, let me know. Okay, so one of the things we need to understand, we no longer compete with people, we are competing with people who are being amplified by AI. Make no mistake, everybody close to you that is learning, they are using AI in different ways. Unfortunately, I think that most people still use AI like Google. And we're going to get to how to use AI for effective productivity. I think that most people still use AI like Google. What is A? What is B? What is C? What is D? What is E? Sorry, just hold on, please. Hold on, please. Okay, yes. So, we are competing with people that are amplified, because don't for any reason think that you are the only one. Don't for any reason think that you are the only one that is learning about AI. Don't for any reason think that you are the only one that understands this AI search. No, a lot of people are learning, and a lot of people are actually learning at astronomical pace. So you must position yourself to say, okay, now that people are moving at this pace, what am I going to do to also have the edge at work? So what do we need to do? What are the laws of the AI age? Let's talk about the 3 laws of the AI age. Number 1, the faster learner wins. In this AI case, in this AI matter, the faster learner wins. The person who knows how to absorb and apply new knowledge faster than anyone else is the one that wins. All of a sudden, it's now becoming very easy to study. If I don't know anything, for example, if I don't know anything about trigonometry, if I don't know anything about Microsoft Excel, I can just connect my Claude to my Excel and it will do analysis for me. One of the people that started this, that triggered my AI journey. I've been using ChatGPT for a while, since maybe 2024 when it first came out, and I think I was one of the early adopters of ChatGPT. But one of the person that triggered this AI thing for me was a guy, a finance guy in a company. Somebody reached out to him and they told him to help them do their company financials for 2025. This was in February. They told him to help them do their company financials in 2025. And this guy charged this company $1 million per year. So they said they wanted him to do 2025, 2020, 2024, 2025. He charged $1 million per year. So this guy, all he just did was he collected their bank statements, connected Claude to his Excel, and in 30 minutes, in less than 30 minutes, Claude gave him all the analysis of the 3 accounts, and I'm talking about accounts that ran in billions. Claude gave him the analysis, the inflow, the outflow, whatever came. I'm not a finance person. Gave him the finance analysis in 30 minutes, and this guy said he was going to deliver in 3 weeks. So what was he doing for the next 3 weeks? He was just posting. And he did 2025 financials, 2024 financials in less than 30 minutes. Every other thing he was just doing was to just ensure that he wasn't returning a wrong data. So it was just going through it one by one. If Claude says it's like this, was just checking. And ladies and gentlemen, for 3 weeks, this guy was just posting. It delivered the product, it delivered on the work in 2 weeks, something that he could have delivered in 1 week if he really wanted to. But his excuse was, if I deliver it in 1 week, they will think it is not work. With Claude, do you know that even for research, if you, let's say, for example, you got a job or you got an interview invite from an organization, you can type the person's name into Claude or into Grok, give them a very brief analysis, and they are going to return everything that the person has done. As long as there's a digital footprint, they will return it to you. And Claude or ChatGPT and Grok can even go a step further to tell you the people in the person's cycle, what the person likes and everything. So when you get to the meeting, you are there armed with the full scale information to have a good and productive conversation with this person. Oh, marketing. You can even create a marketing, what's it called? A marketing, what's this marketing thing called now? A marketing plan for your business, for your organization in less than 30 minutes. And you can query, have conversations and everything. The law of AI, the first law, the faster learner wins. The second law, the faster executor wins. The person that can execute the fastest wins. I built in 2 weeks, executed, reached out to the person, reached out to the organization. Now their whole organization is on it. Now they have done 100 million. Even, let me shock you, even software guys, people that don't code and do code and run code, they are asking me, Adeolu, how did you do it? And yes, I didn't even know that you have to protect your source code. I was about sharing my source code with somebody when somebody reached out to me and said, no, bro, you keep your source code. I was like, oh, I did not know. I did not know that that's how this thing is to work in AI, in software development. I had to keep my source code. And it's just so, I think that we all need to understand the power of execution. AI is so powerful that it can even help you execute. There's something called OpenClaw. You can Google it after now. With OpenClaw, you can connect all your work. You can have multiple agents, one checking your email, one running your marketing, one posting for you. You can have a lot of different agents, they call them AI agents, that are doing different things for you. And all you have to do is just sit down and be inspecting as a supervisor. At the moment, Claude can read your mails for you. At the moment, GPT can read your mails for you. But there's also a part where they read your mail and then they send mails for you, reach out to your customers for you. In fact, the CRM platform that I built for this organization, if there's time, I'm going to get there. The CRM platform that I built for this organization, it reads their mails, chats with customers on WhatsApp. The customers did not know that it was AI that was chatting them, closed sale on WhatsApp. And all we had to do was to put a guardrail. And the guardrail is this: that if there's a conversation that is being skewed towards maybe 10 million or 15 million or something, the AI will automatically assign a sales rep to talk to them. So yesterday, that was the feedback they gave me, that AI was having a conversation with one customer, and then at some point the AI had to transfer the conversation to a sales rep, and the sales reps continued on WhatsApp. So the customer did not know, and there's no way you won't say that if it is me, I'll catch that it is AI. There's no way you know. So AI is mind-blowing. You can 10x your productivity. Number 3 law of AI age: the fastest corrector wins. You must learn how to correct. Now, the mistake most people make is this: even with Google, everything returned can be queried. Most people submit to AI intelligence in an unhealthy way. Because AI said it, that is it. No. AI also makes mistake. So you can banter, you can have front and back with the AI until it corrects to the point that you want correction. There are several times that I've told AI, oh, no, you missed out on this, because I treat it as a staff that I speak to. And that's a beautiful approach to have. This is a staff that I speak to. So you're telling him, okay, you missed this, and it's going to tell you, oh, I'm sorry. And you know the beautiful thing about it, it's not going to give you an attitude. Like your staff will give you an attitude. Yeah, no, you're disturbing me, you're stressing me. AI does not have family time. So productivity increases. So those are the 3 laws. Law number 1, the fastest learner wins. Law number 2, the fastest executor wins. Law number 3, the fastest corrector wins. Beautiful. Now, what are the 4 speeds that AI gives you? The 4 speeds. Remember, we're talking about thriving in a competitive world. So what are the 4 speeds? And we've talked about how you cannot thrive without learning. So what are the 4 speeds AI give you? Number 1, AI gives you the speed of thought. Before, if you have an idea, you have to call somebody and say, oh, I have this idea. Let us gather the team. And then you enter the team. All of you now talk. This is what I'm saying. And somebody who is not happy, somebody whose wife just broke up with, or somebody whose child is giving problem, or somebody who has heartbreak issue will tell you, I'm not in the mood, let me go and chew on it and everything. And then you spend 2 weeks, 3 weeks on ideation. With AI, what can take 3 weeks and now take 2 minutes, or 3 minutes, or 30 minutes, or 30 seconds, depending on what you want. As a matter of fact, even let's do something. Okay, are we up for practicals? Are we up for practicals? Just give me a 1 if you're up for practicals. Are we up for practicals? Give me 1 or 2. If you're up for practicals, give me 1. If you're not up for practicals, just put 2. Just type 2. Okay, Anita is up for practicals. Okay, Anita is up for practicals. Any other person who is up for practicals? Practicals. Who is up? Who is up for practicals? Okay, beautiful. Augusta is up for practicals. Okay, let's go. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So somebody give me a topic that we can talk about. Give me a topic that we can quickly we're talking about speed of thought, right? Give me a complex topic, a complex idea that we can quickly banter with AI. Who wants to help? Give me a complex topic, a complex idea. Let's quickly use it so I can show you how it works. Somebody give me something complex. Give me something complex, please. What's wrong with network? Oh, hey, the only thing that can stop this thing is network. Network. Oh my goodness. Does anybody have a topic we can share? A topic we can hold on, let me switch my network, please. Let me see if that will work. Oh my goodness. Network is really bad. I'm so sorry. Let me see. Are we still with me though? Network is really bad. I would have loved to show us. I would have really loved to do an example for us how you can quickly just have a conversation with AI, and it's going to show you and we can talk about the thinking and the strategies to execute. I mean, but it's fine. Let's go on. Since nobody is volunteering any topic, and because of time too, it gives you speed of thought. Number 2, the first speed, we're talking about the speeds of AI. Number 2, it gives you the speed of learning. Speed of learning means that you can absorb new fields in no time. You can absorb a new field. You know what is done. You know how to go about it. You know how to go. Before I built that system, for example, I didn't know jack about it. I didn't know jack about software development. Everything that I'm learning about software development now, I learned it between May and now. It gives you speed of execution. You can build, you can ship your product fast. And whatever you want to build, you can build with AI. Whatever you want to build, you can build with AI. It also gives you the speed of improvement. You can always improve. What's the best way to do this? What's the best way to do recruitment? What's the best way to do this? What's the best way to sell? What's the best way to market? Who do I get? And it's going to give you based on amazing repository of wisdom that it has. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have to take advantage of the AI. So this was this is a case study, the structurals I spoke about. Working enterprise system built within 2 weeks. Let me see if I can share the demo page with you. Let me see if I can share the demo page with you. I'll show you what I built. Cardinal.Davidson dot org. Where should I demo? Even the website that I use for it, I built it with AI. Even the website that I built for it, I built it with AI. Please confirm if you can see my screen. Trying to share. Please confirm you can see my screen. Okay, beautiful. This was built. This is the demo. This is a demo. The live one, I can show you a client's platform, the live platform. No, this is the demo that I sent. This was what I built. This was what I built with AI. Very detailed platform. And I'm sure that somebody's catching ideas now. And it's not expensive. The only thing this thing cost me, I don't know, was my time actually, and money for subscription. So this was what we built for structurals. And as I'm talking to you now, 4 other organizations, not small organizations that are doing hundreds of millions in a year, are reaching out. In fact, somebody said I'm underselling. This is customers. He has a customer platform. All their customers, blah, blah, blah. Other pipeline. And all these things, they are working perfectly. I built.
Thank you once again, everyone, for, and also thank you to the organizers of this event for having me today. Really, really excited to be here. And also I have learned a lot from Mr. Adeolu's session. I mean, really, really impactful session. Also, I think that most of the things that he is talking about, my session is going to buttress more on the softer skill part, where it helps us to be able to make use of all of the knowledge that he has already impacted. So my topic is thriving in a competitive world, and my subtopic would be building skills, growing your career, and creating lasting impacts. And of course, I was already introduced. My name is Oluwayemisi Kareem. I'm not going to bore you with the details of what I do, but most importantly, I like to state that I am a child of God, and I also have 11 years working experience as executive assistant, as an operations manager, managing businesses, putting structures, but ultimately I also have my own business where I help with recruiting and also training of executive assistants, from people who don't have idea what it is about to people to be getting them jobs where they are thriving well in their own career path. So I would like to start this session with telling you that the world has changed, and there is the old world and there's the new world today. So the old world is you get a degree, you get a job, and you stay there for 30 years. However, in today's world, we have technology has really, really evolved, just like the session we just had with Mr. Adeolu, and industries have changed. Industries will keep changing, just like you also mentioned in terms of tech and building and coding and stuff like that. Before, you had to have learned machine learning for a certain amount of years, and then you have to have that knowledge built. Now, without even having I've learned software engineering whatsoever, you can sit with AI and learn a couple of things within a few minutes, and then, or a few days or a few months, and then be able to execute and also be able to push such a project that he has just done. Our roles are becoming multidisciplinary, so you can't just say I am just a product manager, so to speak, because I also work as a product manager, right? So you can't just say I'm a product manager, but now you have to be an AI product manager, or you have to be a product manager that understands business strategy, that understands structure, that understands how to put structure into places, understand how to apply discipline, or understand how to lead people. So you can't just say I am just one thing. Yes, we always hear that you need to niche down, you need to niche, you have to have a niche. Yes, if your niche is operational excellence, which is my niche, and so hence why I can speak on it, I'm not just sticking to I just know how to do operations management, but now I can say I do project management, I do product management, I do executive assistant, which is also like person's management. So everything that has to do with an holistic worldview of management and organization, I do that. So you can't just say I'm just one thing anymore. And AI is changing work. I'm not going to buttress on that because we have learned a lot on that. So my coach here says your greatest security is no longer your job title. Your greatest security is your ability to learn, adapt, and solve problems. I mean, if you don't have the willpower, the tenacity to learn, to adapt, and to solve problems, no matter the number of art skills you learn, no matter the number of AI tools that are at our disposal, like you initially mentioned at the beginning of his presentation, that it's so sad that we have access to so much right now and people are not even utilizing it enough. Do you understand? So if you don't have this greatest security, take it down, write it down, put it somewhere. The security and the ability to learn, adapt, and solve problems. No matter the resources at your disposal, you would always be one of those persons that are confused, don't know what to do, and don't know how to go about life. So what does it mean to thrive? Many people define thriving as more money, bigger titles, more visibility, whereas thriving is sustained growth that is growing in competence, character, relationships, influence, and impact. Guys, I know that most of these things might sound like the things that you must have heard from somewhere or something, but there is a reason why maybe you are hearing it again. There's a reason why it is important, because I am not just someone who has been in the corporate world for a couple of years. I've been working for 11 years, quite all right. However, I have learned so many things being on the job for those number of years, and it saddens my heart to see that even the most qualified individuals, because they don't understand what it means to actually thrive, they just think it's because I just want to make money, I just want to make more money, I just want to make money, I just want to have a bigger title, I just want to be the CEO. Everybody wants to be a CEO. There was a time, it was a trend that everybody wanted to be a CEO, everybody wanted to be this and all that. Like, it's not about a title. Sustained growth is competence. Like, really, what are you, who you say you are? Can you actually do what you say you can do? Whatever your job title might be, whatever your role is, whatever skill that you say that you have acquired or that you can do, can you actually do? Are you actually competent enough? Do you have the character? Guys, character is really failing people these days. I was just having a conversation with somebody that I employed randomly. So I do outsource for people, right? So I employ executive assistants for people and also other job roles and job titles that are relating to management, right? And just for the employee, that is the candidate, to be sending rude text message, being uncouth, not being able to construct text messages in a way that, of course, it conveys that, okay, maybe you are displeased about something, but doesn't mean you should be completely unruly or uncouth about how you say things. And I was still having a conversation at this middle of the night with a couple of my sisters that we were together, and they were talking about how an executive assistant or someone that was employed was just being extremely rude to their teacher, to someone who to their leader rather, to someone who is the principal, and they were just talking to the person anyhow. And character, see, talent can get you into the room, but character will sustain it, right? Relationships, you also need to learn how to foster relationships, build relationships with people. I'm not saying you should be an ass kisser, because most people think, okay, I want to build a relationship with somebody because you don't know how that person can help you in the future. No, be a human being, like literally be a human being, be someone, be kind. You don't have to be nice. Being kind is whatever I would not have want someone to do to me, I wouldn't do to you. But being nice is you're being an ass kisser, that even to the detriment of yourself, you want to be nice to the person. And influence is no matter wherever stage you are in your life right now, state and stage, you are an influence to someone, you are influencing someone, you are influencing a thought process, you are influencing a particular culture. So if you think within that scope, that's even if you are not directly impacting people or mentoring people or to in that line, best believe that there is somebody out there that has seen you do something, and because they hold you in a certain regard, they see you do that thing and they be like, you know what, if this person can do that, it is cool to see that person do that, I also want to do it. And also impact is, if you're competent, you have character, you build relationships, and you have influence, you are going to have impact. And if you put it at the back of your mind that no matter what I'm going to do, I need to leave people with a taste of who I want them to know as who I am. Like, I want people to leave me with that feeling of I've just been impacted by someone so greatly. So your impact can both be negative or positive. It is dependent on however you want to carry yourself and how you want to see yourself. But for the purpose of this webinar, what it actually genuinely means to thrive is to have that innate understanding that this is how I want to go about things. This is how I am going about things. This is how I want my life to be. This is a taste I want to live in the mouths of people. So my quote here says, a person earning millions but emotionally exhausted is not thriving. If you're emotionally exhausted, you are ass kissing, you are spending more time with people who really don't, not like who really don't value you. Like, it's not like you're going there because you are building relationships because you are seeking value from other people, but also you need to know an healthy ecosystem of relationships. So you would exhaust yourself emotionally if you keep staying in positions where people are putting you down, and you're also having to neglect your needs, neglect your wants just because of other persons. You would not be thriving. A person with skills but no integrity is not thriving. Like the Bible says, a good name is better than rubies, it's better than gold and silver. What do you think? What do you want people to remember whenever they hear your name? Do you want your name? I put something on my status, like, was it not yesterday or 2 days ago, because of this Olodo uprising thing that is coming up. And then it crossed my mind that your name would, everybody at every single point in time, your name would move from being a noun to being a verb. So, we saw that video of YC where he was talking about the Olodo uprising, and then that said that what's his guy's name? Pella culture. So Pella in himself thought his name was supposed to be a noun, something that he was supposed to be named by. But right now, if you hear Pella, and because of the Olodo uprising that we have, you now see it as a verb. You see it as an action. So there is a time that your name moves away from being a noun to becoming a verb. So think about that. That's also in terms of integrity, in terms of competence, in terms of how you go about life. A person with influence but no purpose is not thriving. What is your purpose? Which leads back to what I said about impact. What taste do you want to leave in the mouths of people? What taste do you want to leave on this earth? What do you want to be known for? What do you think you should be known for? My next slide says the 3 pillars every person needs. Everybody needs these 3 pillars in their life. And the first pillar is human capital, technical skills, certifications, knowledge, and experience. You have to put yourself out there. If you have a solution driven mindset, you would always put yourself out there to learn, to have technical skills, get the certifications, get the knowledge. Like, be a sponge. I always say this to people. There is no knowledge that is a waste of time that you are put into this webinar. You might probably be in your toilet right now. You might probably be in the kitchen. You might probably be on the road. But the fact that you're putting time to learn something, the fact that you're putting time to be here, definitely does mean that you are someone who is willing to learn, who is willing to grow, who is willing to do something very important for their lives. So be a sponge. No knowledge is a waste. Whatever you're doing, be present, be there, learn it, technical skills, that helps you. Then social capital is relationships, networks, mentors, and sponsors. I already spoke about relationships. Networks is, I know someone, I know Victoria now. We know one another. Like, when this webinar thing came up, it was not hard for her to be able to reach out, and it wasn't hard for me to also reach out to her the days that I also needed opportunities that I know that were privy to our own worldview and stuff like that. So building networks, you don't necessarily have to be friends with everybody, but you have a network of persons that they do certain things in their own regard, and everybody is standing in their field, standing in their regard, doing what they should do. And also mentors. You cannot do life alone. If you say you already know it or you're going to learn it all on your own, you're going to have to, you would be making mistakes other people have made, and they're willing to teach you how they made those mistakes so that you can avoid making such mistakes. So the reason for mentors is they have gone ahead of you. These are the people who have experienced life, experienced this. So you cannot compare somebody who already has 11 years working experience in the corporate world to someone who just has 1 year experience. And you coming in with just 1 year experience, you cannot compare. You really cannot compare with someone who has 0 experience. So that's the reason for mentors. And the person who has 11 years experience means they have made more mistakes and they have gotten more wins than the person who has nothing at all. So someone who is just in their first year, if you see someone who is like 10 years, 11 years, 20 years experience, then that means you can actually rightly learn from them and they can teach you how not to make the mistakes that they made that might have cost them a whole lot. Sponsors, you have to have people who believe in your dreams, people who believe in who you are. Your mentors can also be your sponsors. Your sponsors can be your family members, they can be your friends, but there are people who genuinely believe in your dream and are willing to invest time and money into it, right? Then number 3 is reputational character, which is one thing I already talked about. Integrity, excellence, reliability, trust. No matter what you want to do, leave a taste of excellence. Like for me personally, even down to my slides, I as much as there is AI, as much as there is something to make my life better, I like to design my slides myself because there is something, there is no human can really AI has gotten to that place where you can give you human touch. However, I like to expand my own creativity. I like to test myself and test my limits and see how far can I go, how far is too far, what is so great, what's too far that I can't go. So also it also leads back to the human capital, technical skills, certification, knowledge. So I like to do those things, and because I like to also bring excellence to the table, because you can't just, because AI is the smartest employee you can have in, and it's also the dumbest employee you can have, because you have to always tell AI what to do. AI can't proactively think for you. They have agents who are doing that, but still you still have to tell it. But as humans, what God has put on the inside of us is the ability to feel, to think, to be holistic, to be in touch with in touch with the earth, in touch with things around us, in touch with people around us. So excellence is very important. Reliability. Can people rely on you? Can people trust you? Can people say you're going to get this job done? Or you say you are going to get this job done by 10 a.m. tomorrow and you show up 10 a.m. tomorrow? Or you're going to be like, oh, it's African time. That's how we do in Nigeria. We don't get things done on time. They would understand. You see that Nigerian culture of let's manage it. It follows us even to our professional field. And that's why it feels like some people can't seem to hold a job down, because that's Nigerian style of will manage it, they would understand. It is not a global standard. It's a very terrible standard, and which boils back down to this Olodo pricing. Like, people are not willing to learn anymore. And whenever people are faced with a situation where they need to learn, they feel like it is too rigorous, it is too hard, it is too strenuous for me. But people don't want to do the hard anymore. But hard work, there is nothing that is not hard in this world. Making money is hard, being broke is hard, being excellent is hard, being not excellent is hard, because you would reap the fruit of, or the consequences of, not being excellent, right? And I put in my quote here, which says many people focus only on human capital. Thriving requires all 3. You have to have all 3 in your life to be able to thrive as a human being, working or just living, so to speak. So the skills that will always be relevant. We have AI now. The skills that would always be relevant, no matter. This is what is going to make everybody stand out, right? Like forever, because no matter how AI can be, it can't take away our humanness. It really cannot take away our humanness, because there is a breath of God that is on the inside of man, and that is the spirit of excellence. And that breath of God, you cannot compare it to a bot that was created by even we humans ourselves. It's not possible. So, but skills, these soft skills, which are the things that I mentioned in the beginning, that these soft skills are the things that will make you always relevant. Communication. People are paid based on how clearly they communicate. Guys, I can tell you, so this is where I chip in a personal story, right? To cut the very long story short, I didn't used to speak like this. I couldn't even string 2 sentences together without causing a bomb, without breaking a bomb, without causing people to laugh at me, as at SS3. And I'm not kidding you. SS3, I was in SS3, that was 2014. Was it 2014 or 2013? So that year, I wasn't 20. I could not speak. SS3, I was already, people are like maybe 16, 15 in SS3. I was 16. And as at that time, I could not speak like this. Like, I could not string 2 sentences together and not and not make a mess of myself and not make people laugh at me. And what happened was, because when I was growing up, I was only speaking English, and then my parents, my grandmother was very particular about the fact that I am Yoruba, I should learn how to speak Yoruba, and they didn't understand anything about the growth of a child, the fundamental how language formulates in a child. If you do not train your child with the number of languages you want your child to learn from 0 to 2, if you are trying to impose a new language on them from 2 or 4 years old, it would mess up with their vocabulary, and that did mess up with my vocabulary. So since 6 years old till I was about 16, that was like 10 years, I would say I want to go and wear boss. When we enter, it was so bad. And then when I thought about it, and I thought about the life that I have for myself, I said, no, this is not the life that I have for myself, because I am very vocal. I can't talk. I like to talk. I like to share my thoughts. And I wouldn't even be here today if I was still like that. I would have the wealth of knowledge that I have on the inside of me, but if I don't know how to communicate, if I did not put in the hard work, the time, the sweat to have learned how to speak well, how to communicate, how to articulate, how to enunciate, I would not be here to be able to speak to you today. And I can tell you that my voice alone, I do voiceovers right now. As of that time, voiceover was not even in my dream. The fact that I couldn't even speak, I would be in public places and I would not be able to say my mind. I would not be able to share my thoughts, because I'd be like, I don't know what I'm going to say that is going to sound very bad, and I don't want people laughing at me, right? But right now, I took the time. What did I do? I was spending multiple nights on YouTube watching British, because I really like the British accent. And I sat with it and said, you know what? When they say bottle of water, I will say bottle of water. When they say I was enunciating and pronouncing every single thing the same way they did. And when I started, my family members, even my siblings were, because I am the last one, right? My siblings were like, oh my God, you sound so fake. Oh my God, you sound so this. They were insulting me, and they didn't know the self-esteem issues that I had dealt with, or I was dealing with, because I couldn't speak well, because I didn't understand English, or I couldn't just string sentences together. I despised the shame. I was like, I don't care if you insult me or not, but I would learn it, I would speak like that, and I would remain like this. Now, guess who is proud of their sibling? My siblings are proud of me. They're like, oh my God, they really like the way I speak. They really like how I put myself out there. And they're so proud to say, this is who I am. See, even your family members will do away with you if you do not know how to do certain things, if you don't have the soft skills in life. So enough of the personal story. Back to this. Skills that would always remain relevant. The ability to communicate, both written and verbal. You have to learn how to do it. Some people, it is natural for them. But for most of us, we have to go through the rigorous work of getting it done. So not being able to speak and say your mind in places that matter, or standing before kings, just like the Bible says, if you see a man diligent in his business, he will stand before kings and not before mere men. So if you want to stand before kings, you should be able to speak the language of kings. And if you are not able to do that, that means you are not willing to, you have not put in the hard work. So it is hard for you not to be able to stand before kings, but it is also hard work for you to stand before kings. So you choose your heart. Then problem solving, always think about problem solving. Always think about what is the solution. Don't always be the person that when they ask you a question, you're always asking a question back. You never think about things. And how do you get to this point where you have critical thinking, you are problem solving, like you have a problem solving mindset, is when you expose yourself to materials, to books, to self-help books, to podcasts that are talking about things that matter, not podcasts that are talking about my life, bomb things. I think those things are very, very flimsy. But expose yourself to things that matter, things that would help you grow, things that really, really mean a lot, things that would push you further in life. Like my favorite podcast is Diary of a CEO. He brings guests there where you see people who are ahead of their time, like people who have gone far in fields that I really want to learn, or things that generally pertain to life. And I read books. I hated reading books, guys. But when I knew that I for one thing to help me with my written communication was to learn how to read books, because when you read books, you see how they punctuated, you see how they they post their the storyline, you see the flow of the storyline, you see all of those things there. And from reading books, I was able to learn how to do that. Even now, when I'm texting you, I am using the right punctuation marks while texting. I'm texting you and I'm not even sending an email. So you have to expose yourself to materials like that. Adaptability, you have to learn how to adapt. Like you have to learn how to adapt. So the same thing that happened to Nokia, that happened to BlackBerry, it shouldn't happen to you as a person, because the world was moving, but they remained the same. And now where are they? They are nowhere to be found, right? Leadership begins before a title. Leadership means being able to lead yourself. Can you lead yourself? Every single morning that you wake up, you want to just pick up your phone and stay on TikTok for the next 1, 2, 3 hours. But you know, if you wake up in the morning and use that same 1 to 3 hours, take your bath, go to the gym, pray to God, do something, write out your to-do list. If you take that same 3 hours to do something else, you have already led yourself. That is leadership. So, and when somebody else is trying to tell you to do something, it wouldn't be hard when you get to your workplace, when you get to your business, when you get to your own space. It wouldn't be hard for you to be able to put that culture into place to say, I need to get this thing done, and let me get it done when I should get it done, right? Emotional intelligence. This is one of my favorite topics in the whole world because I'm very, very big into metacognition, and metacognition is thinking about what you're thinking about. Most people can't sit still with their thoughts, and the rise of social media, of instant gratification, and always swiping, doom scrolling has now worsened it, because people don't like to sit with their emotions. If you don't sit with if you don't sit with your emotions, you wouldn't even be able to understand other person's emotions. And especially if you are in the workspace, you need a lot of emotional intelligence to work in a workspace. Like, you really need a lot of it. You need to be able to know when they say read the room, that is emotional intelligence speaking. You need to know when to make a joke. You need to know when not to make a joke. You need to know how to, even though your boss has annoyed you, you need to know how to put it to them and say your mind in a very respectable manner, and not say, because I want to just say I am somebody that does give it as I feel. I just used to talk the way I want to talk. Is how I'm feeling. I don't know. I don't have a filter. Unemployment is calling you so fast. Poverty is just saying, welcome home. We are welcoming you to the side of life. But emotional intelligence will edge you against things like this. And digital literacy, learning everything about Excel, Google, all of these basic things, learning how to use AI. We have a lot of platforms right now to learn a lot of things. Learning how to use technical things, technology is no longer an option. How to do basic content creation, how to do basic video editing is no longer an option. It's no longer an option. You can't just say, I just know how to sew. I just want to be sewing. You cannot just remain at that. If you know how to sew, or if maybe you are a fashion designer and you want to be a fashion designer, but what would make you stand out as a fashion designer? If you can create quality content for your business, you can edit the videos in the very right way. To make you stand out, that means you have the skills and the ability to propel you to get more visibility. You get more visibility, that means you get more money. You get more money, that means you can pump out more quality content. So it's always a give and take. If you don't have anything to give, you won't take. It's just like the Bible says, from he who even has nothing, what he has would be taken away from him, and he who has more will be added to him. So it is the principle of life, guys. My quote says, with the rise of AI in getting jobs done with agents, these soft skills are non-negotiable. My next slide says, why technical skills alone are not enough, right? I have seen brilliant people struggle because they lack self-awareness, collaboration, communication, and professionalism. Guys, there is something called professionalism. There's a reason why it is called professionalism. And the fact that the rise of this Gen Z culture of being unruly, being uncouth, not being able to know how to talk, not knowing. Let me tell you a story that I heard again this midnight while I was with my sisters at the retreat that I am currently at, is that there was an executive assistant that was employed. And for your first email that you're going to be sending to your boss, you first of all address your boss, even though it is on a first name basis, that's what the company runs by. But this is your first time. You haven't even met your boss physically. You haven't met them virtually. People did the interview and then you got the job. And your first email to your boss is, hello, let's say my name is Yemisi. I say, hello, Yemisi. Like, I get it that we said on first name basis, but first of all, go with courtesy and professionalism that always says, whenever you want to address someone, you say Mr. or you say Mrs. or you say Miss if you don't know their marital status. So that is professionalism. And it would show in every single thing that you do. Just like we have our very uncouth and rude Uber drivers. You pick me up for a ride, but you are using that same right to discuss your family matters with somebody else on the phone. That is lack of professionalism, because then you are making it look like you are doing me a favor by picking me up. But rather, if I did not order for your ride, you wouldn't have the money to buy the fuel to sustain this car or even sustain your life. So, and there is just so much anyhowness in this country rather, as a whole, and we can allow that get to us, and it would definitely show in our quality of work. Sometimes people get laid off not because they don't know the work, not because they are not good at the work, not because they don't have the context, but because they lack the professionalism. They lack this courtesy, what they call courtesy, to being courteous, being understanding, knowing what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. This just this learning the professional world, learning the professional lingua. It makes people lose their jobs. Rather, see, you can know everything. You can be the guy that without you, the company will not run. But I bet you, the moment they find somebody that understands basic courtesy and professionalism, knowing like how is it that it is when you're speaking with your boss or you're having a board meeting, that's when you want to start eating, or you're chewing a gum so loudly, not knowing how to dress to a particular place. Like those simple things, these guys, this webinar cannot compress all of the things that you need to know. We're just going to be touching bases on the things you need to go and sit down on by yourself and read more on, watch more YouTube videos on, read, like ask AI to help you on how to become better in your field. Communication, I already said that, collaboration, working with people, and self-awareness. Self-awareness is knowing why do you do what you're doing. Not just the negative, but also the happy part. That's why I also spoke about sitting with yourself and allowing yourself feel your emotions and filter through your mind. Like, why do I get excited once it's 5 p.m.? Is it because I need to go home, or is it because I want to see somebody, or is it because this person calls me, or is it because this person texts me? Self-awareness is really big. Okay, so self-awareness is also knowing, what do I like, what don't I like? Not allowing social media determine what you like. Not allowing, because the voices of a lot of people are saying men has come. You also now believe men has come. Is your dad is come? Is your brother is come? Are you thinking for yourself? Have you actually experienced bad men in your life for you to generalize that men has come? Have you actually experienced bad bosses for you to think that everywhere you go to that they are trying to correct you is toxic? So do you really have a mind of your own, or you're allowing social media to determine what your mind of your own should be? Some places, workplaces that we term as toxic, are grounds that we should stay to learn. Because some things you don't know and you have to learn them the hard way. But we have termed everything toxic, and we have termed everything my mental health. And now, where you should have stayed to learn skills that would propel you for your future, you have termed the place toxic and you have left abruptly. And now you don't have skills, you don't have money, you don't have knowledge, you have not moved anywhere. You are just in the same place. In short, you are now retrogressing because you have not moved further from where you are. And if you are not moving forward, you are definitely moving backward. Guys, the formula is competence plus character is equals to credibility, and credibility creates opportunities. Building a career that thrives, survives change. When you're building a career that survives change, there are these 4 things you need to learn. Learn, acquire knowledge. I've spoken about this. Repeat, continuous growth. Don't say because I have learned. Some people said, after I finish my final year exam, I am never going to see the all of an examination room again. I am never going to open the inside of a book. Well, glory to God for them. Their lives have now gone back worse. They are now worse off than not even going to school. But if you refuse to learn, just sitting down, reading a book, saying per day, I'm just going to read a chapter. Today, I'm just going to listen to an episode of a podcast that is teaching me about my field. Growth is continuous. If you stop learning, you have started dying, right? Apply, practice the skills, guys. No, there's nothing like you would make mistakes. There is nobody in this world that would not make mistakes. If you are good at the job, if you're not good at the job, there is nobody in this world that would not make mistakes, but you need to practice what you are learning. And how do you do that? Despite the shame. Don't say, what if people laugh at me? The earlier, you see, no matter what you do, people will laugh at you because, and again, you don't even have control over people's mouths, or how much they grin, or how much they laugh, or how much they think about you. You don't have control over that. What you have control over is your life. But the earlier you start, the earlier people laugh at you, and the better you become at it. My first video on social media, because I do create content on the side, is my first video online. It's so terrible, it's so shitty, it's so somehow. But now compare that first video to my current videos, you will see that there is a world of difference. But first of all, my thought process, who I am, my personality, everything has changed. My gadgets has changed, everything. I've grown with it. But if you do not learn from the scratch first, if you do not start early enough, see, you're only pushing your mocking days forward. If you are not willing to despise the shame, you're pushing your mocking days forward. You're pushing it forward. So the earlier you practice your skills, I'm not talking about just content creation here. I'm talking about your work at your workplace. Oh, sir, they've given you a job, they've given you a task, you don't know about how to go about it. Ask questions. And when you ask questions and you still make mistakes, don't say because they corrected you, the place is already toxic. No, you are trying to put to practice the skill that you've learned. Share. Always teach others as well. The best way and the fastest way to learn something is also to teach. When you share, people all knowledge and say, this thing that I've known like this. If you know the kind of work that I did to get to know this thing, I can't share with anybody. Hey, yeah. As human beings, we are supposed to be currencies. Currencies are like money is a currency. It flows. It doesn't stay in one place. If you just stay in one place, that's why is that not what they call the investment? You're packing more than you should pack, and then you just get bloated and bloated. You're bloated of knowledge. You're bloated of knowledge. That's where pride comes in. You're not proud. You're not like, and at the end of the day, people don't want to relate with you because you are gatekeeping, and what you share. While you are sharing, you are refining your knowledge. You are reminding yourself, and people will pay you for sharing. People literally will pay you for sharing what you already know. My coach here says, a degree may open the door, demonstrated value keeps the door open. How to grow in your career. I'm going to be wrapping up in the next 10 minutes, guys. My slides are not so much. How to grow in your career, become solution oriented. I've already said that. Bring recommendations. Don't be the person that every time your boss asks you to do something, I want you to fetch water from point A to point B. Sir, when I got to point A, I saw there was a very big accident. The bucket broke. The man that was supposed to give me the water, the man died. This person. Do you know that you have only just brought more problem to the problem they asked you to solve? So when you got there, the person that was supposed to give you water died. Okay. The bucket broke. Okay. What is your recommendation? Every single time you are faced with a task, always go back with your boss with suggested recommendations of things to do. Always go back in life or go back to whatever issue you have with suggested responses of what you're supposed to do. Because if you don't have these suggested responses, people will always see you as a burden. That it's like you're adding more problems to my problem. If you're not thinking, that means you don't have a mind of your own. You don't have a thought of your own, and you can't think for yourself. Always bring recommendations. Also, develop a professional identity. I already spoke about that. Your identity stems from what you think, how you think on the inside of you, which you can refine by reading books. By reading books, I am a Christian. I read my Bible. My Bible renews my mind. Reading books, praying, listening to podcasts, sitting with people and having intellectual conversations. So unfollow people that all their content is just about bomb. Their content is just about money. Their content is just about all those. Unfollow those people and start following people who push out content that do make sense and look like where you're going to. Because when your inside begin to change and you begin to see yourself in a different light, then your outward appearance would also follow suit. Also, it's also vice versa. When you begin to change your outward appearance to look like a professional, you're a professional, you're going to work, but your nails are looking fattered, your hair is, you are the one that if you shake your head a little bit, like the snake can fall off from it, because you have kept it so long, you have kept it so unkempt, you have left it so dirty. When they pass by you, everybody have to hold their breath for like the next 1 minute so that the aroma and the fragrance of your worship can go with you. These things, if you develop a professional identity, it speaks down to even the kind of clothes you wear, the kind of shoes you wear, how you carry yourself, the kind of things you wear. If you have just one shoe, ensure it is a good one and make it good. Make it good. This is not a personal development class. So moving on, don't bring only problems. I already said that. Be known for something. Be known that you're a solution person. Be known that this person, whenever you go to them, they always have something good to say. They always have a solution, even if they don't know. Be known that you are reliable. Be known for integrity. Be known for excellence. Be known that even if this person does not know how to do it, if they say they will work with you, they will definitely work with you to the best of their knowledge. My coach here says, document your means. Many talented people are invisible because nobody sees their work. If you are not talking, if you are not doing this thing, if you are not bringing recommendations, if you don't have professional, if you are not solution oriented, people will not. There's no promotion for you. There's no promotion for you because they don't know, and you are not showing off what you can do. Your greatest competitive advantage is not talent. Someone would always be more talented. Your greatest advantage is not opportunity. Someone would always have more access. Your greatest advantage is becoming the best version of yourself. The competition is not somebody else. The competition is not that girl online that is wearing that kind of wig that you are looking to wear. That is not your competition. The competition is you. I know we have heard this over and over and over and over again, but the reason why you are hearing it over and over and over and over again is because it is a very important principle of life. Our life and everything about this world, how God created this world, rules by principles. Even Pastor Adeolu said it that the other time. It is written by principles. So the competition, the moment you are looking at other people, the Bible says those who compare themselves to themselves are fools. If you are comparing yourself to another person and saying that, I want to be like that person, I want to be like that person, I want to be like that person, you will derail. You don't have purpose. You don't have identity. You will just, if they are going left, you will think left is the way. What if they are going left because they have the opportunity to go left, but you don't have the opportunity to go left? Sit with yourself. Your competition is yourself. Your competition is the you of yesterday. How can I better the yesterday of me today? right? And my coach here says your experiences, your perspective, your values, your character, your stories, nobody can replicate that. Guys, my story is I started working immediately I finished secondary school. That is my story. My story is at certain points in my life, I was when I started school, when I started working, my first salary was 10,000 naira. I was working 5 days a week and I was going out every single day a week, and I was only earning 10,000 naira. That is part of my story. Nobody can replicate that story. Even if you have a similar story, it can never be the same because we do not work in the same place. We don't have the same life. We don't have the same parents. We don't have the same background. Your story is uniquely you. When you sit down with yourself, you are self-aware enough to know this is me. This is me being uniquely me. This is my identity. This is who I am. Nobody can replicate that. And then you now build technical skills. You understand human capital, social capital, and technical capital. You understand all of these things all together. That makes you you. And you understand the skills that can never be taken away by AI. 5 actions to take after this webinar. 5 actions to take after this webinar. Learn one new skill this quarter. Build intentional relationships. Improve your communication. Solve more problems than you complain about. Commit to lifelong learning, that every single day, even if I'm just going, see, I'm sitting on my Instagram and sitting on my TikTok. Me and you were not learning, we are not on the same wavelength, even if we send the same number of minutes on it. We're not on the same wavelength because the plethora of people that I follow will show you that no matter if I can't scroll past, I can't scroll, do 2 scrolls without learning something new, or without relearning something or unlearning something because of the quality of content that I'm exposing myself to. Finally, thrive. Don't just compete. The goal is not to become better than everyone else. The goal is to become better than who you were yesterday. In a competitive world, those who continue learning, serving, adapting, and growing will always remain relevant. I posted it on my status some weeks ago. I mentioned this and I said that in life, you need to have 3 places: where you lead, where you support, and where you follow. If you don't have these 3 in your life actively, that means pride is ruling your life, because you can say, I'm only a leader, nobody can tell me what to do, I can't support anybody, I can't follow anybody, nobody, I'm the only one that has to do this, I'm the only one that has to do that. You are already in a redundant state. And it's just like a state or a fan. When you turn off a fan, the power is no longer there, but the blades are still rolling. And when it will come to an halt, the power has gone off a very long time ago. So if you are someone who doesn't know when to lead, when to follow, and when to support, and you don't have those 3 places active in your life, then you are good. Because when you lead, you are leading people, you are growing in influence, you are growing in impact. When you support people, you are growing in relationships, you are growing in networks. And when you follow people, you are growing, you are learning accountability, you are putting to test your excellence skills, your reliability skills, your dependency skills, and things like that. And thank you very much for listening. That would be all from me.
Thank you for joining, and do enjoy the rest of your day.